Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my first commentary as a United States Marine. I earned the title. I finally did it. For the last 3 months, I've been down at South Carolina, Parris Island, South Carolina, and I've been at Marine Corps boot camp or recruit training. Whenever we were in boot camp, and we would call it boot camp, the drill instructors would always say, "No, this is recruit training." I guess they don't like the slang word or the slang term for recruit training, which is boot camp. But we all know it as boot camp, so that's what I'm going to call it. So anyways, for the last 3 months I've been down there. I've been going through hell every day, waking up at 04, getting yelled at from the moment we wake up, constantly having to move fast, accurate, and all that. It was tough. It was the toughest thing I've ever done in my life, without a doubt. But it was completely worth it. It sucked every day. You know, there was days where I felt like I didn't want to be there. I felt like I was just like I wanted to go home. I wanted to quit. And you're gonna have those days, you know. Even in the civilian side of the world, you have those days where you just don't want to get up. You don't want to do what you got to do for the day. For those of you guys who are currently going to high school or grade school, or whatever it may be, or working or going to college, you know you have those days when you wake up and you're just like, shit, today's gonna suck. That in boot camp, it's pretty much every day. You wake up and you're like, shit, today is going to suck. And then there are some days where you say that a second time, and that's because you know you're gonna get fucked with a lot for that day. For example, like we would wake up at 04 every day, and during third phase there would be days where we woke up and our senior drill instructor would come out. He'll be like, "Oh, you don't want to move fast? You don't want to scream? You don't want to move with some intensity in your body? All you unblouse your boots." And the blousing of the boots was a privilege that you earn in boot camp. It's something that you earn in boot camp, because when you first get there, you're wearing camouflage, you know, the desert utility uniforms, and you're wearing your boots, but your boots aren't bloused. For those of you guys who don't know what boot blousings look like, just Google it. Just Google the difference between boots bloused and boots unbloused. It's pretty much like where, you know, the unbloused boots is where you fold up the extra slack on the bottom and then keep it there. When you blouse it, you tuck it in to like a boot band, and it makes it look better. It makes you look more cool pretty much, and more like a Marine. So everything in boot camp you earn. You earn the name tapes on your uniform. You earn the right to even wear boots. You earn the right to blouse your boots. You earn the right to freaking sleep, for Christ's sake. So everything in boot camp you earn. And when they took something away from us, it'll feel like they took away something that we worked hard for. And the boot blousings was something that was insane for third phase. Like when they took that away, we felt like we were being stripped of our humanity again. Because when you're in third phase, you're wearing desert camouflage. When you're in first phase, you're wearing desert camouflage. The difference between first and third phasers is that third phase has the name tapes and their boots are bloused. Now, when you unblouse your boots from a distance, you can't tell the difference between third and first phase, except by the way we march. But even then, like, you would mistake them for third phase and stuff like that. And in our minds, we felt like we were going all the way back to first phase. And first phase is when you first get there. Third phase is that last phase before graduating from Marine Corps boot camp and before becoming a Marine. So whenever they would make us unblouse our boots in the morning, I would automatically know today is going to be a very bad day. Today is going to freaking suck. And that would be the second time I would be saying it. So for those of you guys if you're ever having a tough time at school or at work or anything like that, just think to yourself, it could be way worse. Right now, you could be waking up at recruit training at Marine Corps boot camp, getting yelled at, and having to move insanely fast every day. Like, for example, we would wake up and our drill instructors would come out and be like, "You all have 3 minutes to get dressed and hygiene." That means 80 dudes, 80 men have 3 minutes to all get dressed, all get into the head or the bathroom, and brush their teeth, shave their face, and do whatever else you need to do in the head or in the bathroom. We call it the name for the bathroom in the Marine Corps is the head. That's what we call it. Wall is a bulkhead. The floor is the deck. Windows are portals. You know, there's names for everything. So you guys are gonna hear me call something that you would normally call whatever in the civilian side of the world. You'll hear me call it something different, because for the last 3 months, that's what I've been calling it. And you get so used to everything that's there because it becomes your life for 3 months. For example, when I graduated and I was finally leaving the main gate, and entering society again, it was insanely weird. Like I felt like, the transition was just really fast. Like Friday morning, at 03 in the morning, 0300, 3 o'clock in the morning, I was woken up by my drill instructor. We were all woken up at 03 instead of 04 by our drill instructors. Saturday morning, I wake up in my bed at home. You can kind of see what I mean by terms of transitioning back to society. Because for 3 months you're completely cut off from society. The only society you see on Paris Island is the family that comes on the island for their son, daughters, whatever it may be, graduation. So other than that, you're cut off, and the only way you could communicate with the outside world is through letters. That's it. You get no phones, no phone calls, nothing like that. Unless you do something amazing, they'll give you a phone call, but they'll do that later on in the training when it doesn't really matter. You're going to get a phone call in X amount of days anyways. The one day you can't get a phone call is on Liberty Sunday, which is that Sunday after you become a Marine, after you complete the Crucible. You can go to like the phone center and all that. You can go to the PX and a lot of stuff. You get to just relax for that day. It's just the 3 months without technology, 3 months without all that. It's a hard transition. Like when I first got my phone back, that Friday that I graduated, my mom and my 2 sisters came down to Paris Island to see me graduate, along with my uncle and my cousin. So they brought my phone down, and when they handed it to me, I didn't even know how to turn it on. I didn't know where was the button to turn it on. When I tried to dial a phone number, I didn't know how to dial a phone number. And in my mind, I was like, holy shit, that's the first time that's ever happened to me, where I really forget a lot of things. And it's an insane transition. The 3 months, you notice a lot of change in people. I've noticed a lot of change in my fellow Marines that I graduated with, and my family says that they noticed a lot of change in me. But the change is really all good. Like for example, one of my buddy's mottos, when he first got to boot camp, he was pretty immature. I'm not gonna lie, and I told him this. I was like, you were really immature. You acted like a fool. But then, like, over time, he grew up, and now he's mature. You don't lose that humor side to you. You're not just like this robot walking around all serious all the time. Like, I joke and I laugh, telling stories from boot camp that are freaking hilarious, which you guys will hear in the future. I joke and I laugh, and I tell that to my family. But you got to know when to be serious. It's like a light switch. You got to be able to turn on that serious side and that funny side for when it's time to work or when it's time to play. So that's something that you learn real fast in recruit training. And the people who don't catch on, they'll catch on later on in their careers. Like, you'll see people who shouldn't have made it, you'll see them make it. And it kind of does bother you. But they'll catch on later on when reality sets in, and it'll be too late. Because the man and woman to their left and their right are going to end up losing their lives because of them. But hopefully it sets in at SOI or MCT, whichever one they go to. For me, it's SOI. That's my next stop. That's tomorrow. I leave tomorrow back to SOI. So don't expect, videos all the time now, because I'm going to be gone again. I'm at SOI for the next 2 months, for the next 59 days. I get Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off, apparently. And I do get my phone on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, hopefully. Depending on the situation, and I'll be able to tweet and call my family and do whatever, but I won't be able to make videos for the next 2 months as well. So I really, I just want to kind of apologize. I know some of you guys out there will be like, don't apologize, you're serving your country, you're doing whatever, but I want to apologize because I know that this career path that I've set now, completely kind of destroys the whole YouTube thing going on. But I'll be back in the future. There'll be a time where I'll be able to come back and regularly make videos, and that could even be when I hit the fleet. When I'm done with SOI, after SOI, and I get assigned to my first unit and I settle in, I could probably start making videos on a regular basis, like on a weekly basis, instead of like it is now, where it's like 3 months gone video, 2 months gone video. So I apologize for that. I know you guys want your content. I know a lot of you guys out there miss me, everything like that, and I miss you guys too. I miss being able to make videos, but I've set this all aside for something that's a greater cause than myself. I wanted to become a United States Marine, and I did it, and I'm damn proud of that. Every day I get to wake up now and I get to say to myself, I'm a United States Marine, and that's the best damn feeling. and I don't regret it one bit. You know, while I was in boot camp, hell yeah, I was regretting it every day. I was regretting the decision. But once you earn that title, you realize it was all worth it. And now, you know, from now on, I'll be treated like a Marine instead of like a retard. Unless I act like a retard, which I don't plan on doing. But the next video that you guys will see will probably be in the future, like 2 months down the road. When I'm able to regularly start making videos again, I'll bring you guys stories from boot camp. Because the one thing I'll never forget, you know, I might forget what I watched, you know, what movie I watched yesterday, or what I ate for breakfast yesterday, or for dinner. But the one thing I'll never forget is my drill instructors and the memories of boot camp. Those are the things that I'll never forget. And the memories I'm gonna make in the Marine Corps, I'll never forget those either. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. I hope you guys are doing good, you know, and I'll be back in the future. I'll let you guys know what goes on at SOI as well when I come back, you know. I might not be able to share everything with you because there are some things that you just can't talk about. But I'll be able to. I'll do my best to share as much as I can with you guys. And for those of you guys planning on becoming a United States Marine, earning that title, whether you're a man or you're a woman, make sure you're ready for it, because boot camp is a reality check. It is a tough mental challenge that you're gonna have to overcome, and every day is gonna suck, but every day you gotta keep pushing for the entire 3 months, for all 70 training days. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and if you did, don't forget to like, favorite, do all that happy horse shit down in the bottom below. So, till next time, guys. Peace.